What's up, everyone? This is Kronos, aka Adam, back with my AEW All Out preview and predictions. Pay-per-view starts at 8 o'clock tomorrow on Saturday on any pay-per-view or Fight TV provider. So I'm going to go through all the matches. There are 10 matches. Well, first off, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Social media is down there. Get that housekeeping out of the way. So I'm going to be using the confidence point method that many people use. Real easy. There are 10 matches, so you score the matches 1 through 10. 10 being your most confident, 1 being your least confident. If the outcome happens as you predicted it, you get the points, you tabulate it at the end, and there's your score. Pretty straightforward. So I'm going to use that, but I like to give a little spin on it because I give my shoot, my kayfabe, and my kayfabe prediction. Shoot is what I actually think is going to win based on just what's been going on, based on my own knowledge of professional wrestling and any kind of inside stuff I might know, which I don't really have that much inside, as anyone would know that isn't really truly an insider. And then kayfabe, sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're different, but the shoot prediction is actually what's going to count for the confidence points. So there you go. So there have been some real recent changes, as in within the last couple hours. The match that we originally had for the buy-in has been moved to the actual main card, and there's been a new match added to the buy-in. So that actually meant from 9 matches to 10 matches. So I'm going to go through the buy-in first. So originally it was supposed to be Big Swole and Britt Baker in the tooth and nail match, which is going to be, I assume, a cinematic match because it was going to take place at Britt Baker's dentist office, or what they've been using for the dentist office when they do some of her promos. But that's actually been moved to the main card. I'll talk more about that after. So instead we're going to get the Dark Order of Alex Reynolds and John Silver, 2 of my favorite guys now in AEW. Their work on BT has been absolutely amazing, against Private Party. So Dark Order is just like white hot right now. Silver and Reynolds being one of the top reasons for that, just their portrayal of the recruiting stuff they've been doing and just their overall comedy bits have just been absolutely hysterical. I don't envy Private Party here because I feel like they've kind of had a start and stop a lot. They weren't, I guess, they made the joke on BTE a couple months back that they weren't very popular, and that's why they weren't going to be on BTE as much anymore, because they had that big cinematic style fight with like this, NWO Boogeyman and the stuffed bear and all that kind of stuff. But I actually enjoyed it, but I guess people really just didn't like it as much. So they really haven't been featured as much, and as far as just overall, their record, they haven't really done much in the realm of what they've been doing on Dynamite. Obviously, they were paired with Matt Hardy, but even that has kind of been taking a back seat. Obviously, the commentators mention it more than we've actually seen it on television. I know Matt Hardy obviously is involved with Sammy Guevara right now, so that kind of is taking him somewhat away from his mentorship of Private Party. Anyway, that's for all that for me to say that, I think it fits into the narrative that Dark Order could lose and not really lose anything, especially because they also have another Dark Order match where I think they're going to win. So it also just means that they can just get shit on by Brody in the next BTE episode. FYI, also there is going to be a AEW Dark episode that is actually right now streaming. I'm not going to watch it right now. Maybe I'll watch it later. I doubt anything on there will influence my my predictions for here. If for some reason something happens that influences the card or anything, I will maybe tweet about it or just tweet some update. So anyway, yeah. Okay, so we are going to do my predictions. So shoot, I believe that Private Party is going to win this. I think that they don't really need. I think they would be hurt more by the loss than Dark Order. I do want Dark Order to win. That's my kayfabe pick because I love John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Alex Reynolds did like one of my tweets today, so that's really all I got to hang my hat on these days. But I am kind of middle of the road on this, so I'm going to give it 6 points of confidence. More confident than less confident. So 6 points of confidence. So now we're going to go to the main card. And as I said, the match that was moved from the buy-in to the main card, the tooth and nail match. I have tooth and nail match in my notes. Tooth and nail match, Britt Baker versus Big Swole. So this is going to be the cinematic match. Obviously, Tony Khan is the one that moved it, or at least announced it on his Twitter. They have to believe that this match is obviously going to be really good to move it to the main card. Fighting in a dentist's office, I think, is going to be hilarious. I have no doubt that the AEW knows what they're doing in this. And I think it also protects Britt Baker. Obviously, she's coming off an injury. This is basically her first real match coming back. I mean, she, kind of seen her a little bit off the wheelchair, but she hasn't done any kind of real physicality. She did stand tall on Dynamite when Reba did the fake pizza delivery, and then they beat her up, put her in the lockjaw, smashed the pizza in her face. So, we'll see how the math works there. My predictions, I predict that Big Swole is going to win this based on the fact that Britt Baker stood tall, and Britt Baker I don't think needs the win right now. I think Reba will somehow cause her to lose the match because it just furthers the storyline, and then they can get into an actual match where Britt Baker will win. Kayfabe, I want Britt Baker to win though because I think she's great. Middle of the road as well on this one. I have 5 points of confidence. Just not sure. They can go either way on this one. We then have the Casino Battle Royale. The winner gets a number one contender match. This was done last year. What they do is instead of their typical Royal Rumble, one every so often, or like a scramble where everyone just goes in at the same time, this one they get assigned suits of cards. They come in 5 people groups, and then there's the wild card, who's the 21st person. So far, there have been 17 people that have been announced for it, 4 that I don't know, and as of right now, reading this, I don't know, so I'm just going to read them off. Darby Allin, Lance Archer, Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, Eddie Kingston, Butcher, Blade, Pentagon, Phoenix, Shawn Spears, Jake Hager, Santana, Ortiz, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, Billy Gunn, and Austin Gunn. So there are 4 outstanding. Some of my guesses, some other speculation people have said, Miro, Rusev coming into AEW. I don't think so, but, could be Wardlow. Warhorse could be coming back. Maybe one of the members or both members of SCU, Jeff Cobb, or some NWA talent. Obviously we have the talent exchange with NWA. There could be some people, maybe like a Mr. Kennedy or an Eli Drake. I would love Eli Drake to be in there. So no one really stood tall at the end of Dynamite. They had their very WWE-esque or WWE style kind of just scrum where everyone just starts coming in and fighting. And I wasn't a fan of that because I think that is too WWE. I think AEW can do better. Predictions, I actually think it's going to be whoever is not one of the announced people. I feel like it's going to be someone that is, either a new signee or something. Just seems that way. Kayfabe, I want Austin Gunn to win. I like Austin Gunn. I'm just taking a stab there. Only 1 point of confidence because I literally have no idea where they're going to go with that. So we get a tag match, Young Bucks and Jurassic Express. They won in the 8-man tag on Dynamite to set this up. Bucks obviously are very aggressive as a result of what Hangman did to them, screwing them out of a possible title shot. I've said this now, I'll say it again later on. It's interesting to see where this will fit. This match will be on the card as opposed to the tag team match. Because depending on the involvement of either team in this match based on where they are on the card, I think it's more likely that the Bucks would get involved if this match happens before the tag team title match as opposed to after. Jurassic Express are obviously always over, and they've taken big losses start and stop with them. Hasn't really hurt them. So my predictions, I want the Bucks to win. I think the Bucks are going to win. My shoot, my kayfabe, both Bucks. I'm pretty confident in this. I think that they want to keep the Bucks strong because I think this is eventually going to lead to them versus FTR. So 7 points of confidence in that. We get a Broken Rules match. Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara. This was announced on this past Dynamite. So the rules of it are simple. So last man standing match. If Matt Hardy loses, he leaves AEW. Obviously, he's been a really, a victim of the pandemic. When he arrived, it was obviously in the very beginning of the empty arena matches. And since then, there was no blood and guts and all these things that, really would have worked well for him. And all his personas, he's kind of gone away from that. I heard online someone was talking who did an interview with him saying that he's got a couple of really other big, ideas that, could be game changers according to him. But he hasn't pulled them out yet because he doesn't need them. But yeah, it's just unfortunate. I do think his rivalry with Sammy Guevara has been pretty good. Obviously, this is going to be the rubber match. Um, so my predictions. Obviously, Hardy's not leaving. No way he's going to leave. So I have Hardy and Shoot, and I don't want Hardy to leave. So I have Hardy and Kayfabe. 10 points of confidence. This is my most confident because of the stipulation of him leaving AEW. I just don't think that they would do that to him. Then we get a 8-man tag, the Dark Order of Brody Lee, Stu Grayson, Evil Uno, and Colt Cabana versus the Natural Nightmares, Dustin Rhodes, QT Marshall, Scorpio Sky, and Matt Cardona. They had a nice video package on Dynamite. They didn't have any physical interaction on this past Dynamite. Cardona and Sky, unfortunately, have been kind of forgotten since their last outings. Cardona since he tagged with Cody, and Sky since he lost to Cody. Both kind of fall by the wayside, even though Cardona said in the video package he technically isn't even signed. He doesn't work here yet, which is true. I think he's only on a per appearance basis right now. Dark Order, obviously super over. They're on a roll right now. I feel like either QT or Dustin is going to be the one totally taking the pin on this. Shoot, and my prediction, Shoot, Dark Order, Kayfabe, Dark Order. Pretty confident in this. I got 8 points of confidence. Especially because I think the other Dark Order team is going to lose, and I can't see them both losing or both winning. Probably got to keep it 50-50 for that. Then we get the women's title match, Shida versus Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa had a great match on Dynamite with Serena Deeb. There should have been some kind of confrontation between the two of them on Dynamite. Obviously, they had the only the pre-filmed contract signing together. That's the only time that we've seen them together. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a nice partnership with NWA. Predictions, though, Shida as my Shoot, Shida as my Kayfabe. I just don't see her giving up the title. I think that it would just be really odd for her to give up the title, especially because there's been no physical build between them. So I'm pretty confident in this. 9 points of confidence that Shida's going to win. So then we get the tag team title match, Hangman and Kenny versus FTR. I love what they've been doing with Hangman, making him absolutely spiral. The kind of the bags under his eyes and the redness under his eyes. Looks like he's sleep deprived. He's always drunk. Obviously, he's officially kicked out of the Elite now. Are we going to get the return of the Cleaner, Kenny Omega? Obviously, we saw at the end of BTE, the last shot was him in the rearview mirror with the Cleaner glasses on. They've been teasing it for a while. He's been teasing his, being a dick. Obviously, what happened on Dynamite was, there was no physical interaction between them. They disrespected the belts. Hangman went to go give Kenny back his belt. He was already out of the ring. He was disappointed, disgruntled with the way Hangman's been looking. Are we finally going to get maybe this new Four Horsemen, even though they've been doing this, just the three of them, or will it be them and Shawn Spears? I don't know. But there are a lot of interesting, storylines. Obviously, as I said earlier, where will this fall on the card with the Bucks match? Will the Bucks get involved at all? Will they try to return the favor, get a receipt on Hangman for costing them? My prediction, I do think FTR is going to win it. I feel like Kenny Omega and Hangman are about to, implode. But I actually want Kenny Omega and Hangman to win. I feel like that'll just even be a more interesting storyline that they win and they're just completely just broken. But I really have no idea where this is going to go, so I only have 2 points of confidence. Next is the Mimosa Mayhem match. We get Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy. You can win either by pinfall, submission, or dumping in a vat of mimosa. This is also a rubber match. Cassidy sort of stood tall on Dynamite. He dumped out the bubbly, gave the thumbs down. Will the Inner Circle get involved? Obviously the way Chris Jericho said, he put over Cassidy, making him look like a main eventer, a star, and that's why he's got to put him down. I feel like Jericho, as much as he's been propping Cassidy up, I don't see him wanting to take the loss here. But at the same time, I could be completely wrong, and Jericho's cool with that, because at the same time they could easily just build Jericho up as a monster main eventer whenever they want, because he's Chris Jericho and he's the demo god. But here are my predictions. I actually believe Jericho will win this one. I don't think Cassidy will really lose anything in a loss, especially if it's a really good match, or if he gets, cheated out of it. But I do want him to win. So my kayfabe pick, my confidence points, 4 points of confidence there. And finally, the AEW title, Moxley versus MJF. MJF stood very tall on Dynamite, just beating the shit out of Moxley, getting him bloody, wiping the blood on his own face. Obviously people might think it's still too soon for MJF to win. It's not that I think it's too soon. I just think that the better story would be for him to lose right now. So my predictions, I have Moxley winning it. Kayfabe, though, I do want to see MJF win it. I do think that would be very interesting to see an MJF reign of terror. But I'm not very confident on that one, so I only have 3 points of confidence. So there you have it. Those are my preview and my predictions for all the matches for tomorrow night's All Out pay-per-view. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Social media is down there. Let me know how you go. Maybe we can go back and forth. Give me your predictions. So there you go. Enjoy it. Have a great, safe holiday weekend. Kicking it off with a nice AEW pay-per-view. So as always, be safe, love each other, and bye now.